I, Professor Saili Karande, on behalf of DY Patil University, extends a warm welcome to all Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Saili Gankar Madam, today's eminent guest speaker, Mr. Surendra R. Pampalia, all of HOIs and HODs, Registrar and Administrative Officer, and all my dear students for MCA Freshman Orientation Program. And today we are presenting an e-workshop on Python for automation. It gives me an immense pleasure to introduce our today's guest, Mr. Surendra R. Pampalia. He is the founder, CEO, public speaker, corporate trainer, and consultant at GKTC Innovation Pune. He has rich experience of 20 years in corporate training across the globe. He has provided a training and consultancy solutions to more than 100 plus MNCs in application development, testing, big data analysis, web application development, mobile application, development OPS, data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and many more. Web architect of mindful e-learning, that is learning management system, trained he under that he has trained more than 10,000 plus academics and industrial trainees. Speaking about his achievement, he has authored 4 books, that is computer on the computer network, network technologies, computer organization and architecture, and network programming. He is also associated with national international clients like E-Oman Government, Muscat, Oman, SCL Singapore, California, USA, Shell Group, Logos, Africa, etc. And India, a giant players like Accenture, Cognizant, L&T, etc. Sir, we are really excited to seek a guidance from you. Over to you, sir. Sir, you are on mute, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So, good morning, all. We'll be starting the session on the topic, which is a very, very important topic for every one of you, and that is Python for automation. I understood like most of you guys are like join this MCA program, and you'll be learning this Python first time. So by thinking of that, this session will be started. So here I'm Surendra Panpale. I'm the international corporate trainer on the various technologies, which include the Python as a major technologies. So let me tell you like what this particular workshop will include. This workshop will include, first of all, like you will know what is Python and why we are learning this Python is all about. The next thing you are going to understand is like how you are going to install, means do some practical on using the Python itself. So we'll be using the tool Anaconda. In case you are interested to do hands-on session using this Python Anaconda, you are welcome. Our team, Sanket and there's a Kajol and Amit, they can help you out for any kind of hands-on or any kind of queries you are having. So we have our team members, Sanket. Sanket, can you just say about yourself? Sanket, are you there? Yeah, Sanket,
Yes.
just say about yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I'm Sanket Lolge, working as a project manager in GKTCS Innovations. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Sanket. Kajol, are you there, Kajol?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please introduce yourself.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Kajol, working as a Python developer in GKTCS Innovation since last 1.5 years. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Kajol. And we have one more member, Mr. Amit.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Amit and I am working as a software developer in GKTCS Innovation from last 2 years.
Okay, so thank you, Amit. So these members will be helping you out for any kind of challenges you are facing in background, and I'll be talking about the topic that is Python for automation now. I hope I'm audible and visible to all of you. If any kind of a problem, let me know. So you can just write your query in the chat box, right? Okay, so let me start the topic, that is, what is this Python we are talking about now? Why we are talking about Python, and what exactly the Python is all about. I've been taking this session from several, you can say, years, almost like you can say 13 plus years. I'm talking about Python. But every time when I discuss about Python, it is something new. So Python itself is a language for innovation, and that's why I'm able to say something new about Python. And here, most of you guys will be doing the internship or the project work using the Python. So in case you like to really build a career, my request all of you to learn this Python from the scratch. First, make sure that you understand the basic of Python, and then you should go for the next thing to use of the Python. So understand what Python is first, and then you are going to understand even how to use a Python. And third thing, why Python is becoming so popular. Next thing, you are going to see okay, if it is so popular, who are the people who are using the Python, and where you can use the Python, what is the career in the Python. Most of the question will be answered in this session itself. And if you have any query, you can write in a chat message, and definitely I will try to answer it. So first question to most of your mind is what is this Python? Is that a big snake? So answer is no, it's a very, very powerful language. And that language is for all the IT guys who join here now. Not only IT guys, I will say nowadays, Python is used by the non-IT professional also, like the MBA guys, like management guys who are using the Python for analytics purpose. And most of the industry, I can say, whether it is a pharmacy, healthcare, or you take the industry, automobile industry, every industry you will see Python developers are there, and there's a need of Python developer. Why there is a need of Python developer, that I'm going to tell you in a while itself. So first question is, what is Python? It is a language which is we call general purpose language. Now, when you talk about general purpose language, the questions come to our mind what is exactly the general purpose means? When you say general purpose means, is that a language because C and C++ and Java, they all are general purpose language. So what does the general purpose language means? So let me do general purpose languages means the language you can use for multitask. You can use for multi-purpose. You can use the language for the purpose maybe for data science, for machine learning, for artificial intelligence, for the web programming, for testing, and for many more purposes. Whereas the language which are specific purpose language you can say there are languages which are we call a specific. For example, I will say language like SQL. So the SQL is a language which is useful for database purpose. The language like HTML, it is a language for the web programming. So what else are the languages which are general purpose language? The general languages purpose language include the Java also, JavaScript also, Go language also, and obviously the Python is. It's a language which is used by most of the big companies like Google, YouTube, Instagram, and many more. So there's a big list. All the top level company, I can say, they are using the Python. And one of the reasons why they are using it is because of the productivity, because of the scalability, because the language is easy, and many more I'll be talking about now. So first thing is clear that this is a language which is a general purpose language. The next thing is that this is an interpreted language. Okay, so those guys who are not aware about what is interpreted. Interpreted means the language where you can have execution line by line. Maybe you learn in the graduation that there are two types, interpreted and there is a compiler. Now, when you talk about compiler where you have the complete multiple lines of code, you compile it and then execute it, right? Whereas when you talk about interpreter, here there is a line by line execution. So I hope you know the languages which are compiler based language like C, C++, Java, they all are compiler based languages. There the complete you may have a 10-15 lines of code, even whatever the lines of codes are there, they get compiled first and then execution happen. Whereas when you talk about the interpreted language, here every line is executable one, means there's a line by line execution now. That's why in the interpreted language, even you can have the one line of code also and you can execute it. But in the compiler, even you want to write a hello world, you need to write a main program. You have to then write the almost 5 to 6 lines of code only for the hello world. That's not the case in the case of interpreted language, or the language which can be executed. Like I'll give you an example. One more example of interpreted language will be like your shell scripting or Perl scripting. Both the languages comes under the interpreted language now, where the execution happen line by line. Internally, it could be a compiler, but what you see is a high level thing. Now let me look, these are the languages which are high level languages. I will explain you each and every term here, that what is high level means, what is a low level means, what is when we say it is a high level, every term you should understand, so that you know like why I'm saying this is high level, why I'm saying this is interpreted, and what is the difference between this language like interpreted language, or you can say the scripting language, and the programming language. Now, when we talk about the scripting language, we talk about the language where we have say shell scripting and all. Whereas when we talk about programming language, we talk about programming language C, C++, and Java. But if you compare both the language, both the things, you will see that there is a huge difference now. What is the difference? That I will tell you in a short while. Okay, Python is also interactive language. You can just communicate with the interpreter. There is a shell called interactive shell, and this shell you will get along with the installation. Once you install the Python, you will see there is an interactive shell now, and you can just say hello with that shell and you get the immediate response. I'll be showing the demo so that you understand, okay, how this interactive language. And I know like most of you guys love the interactive language, right? So here, this is a language which is an interactive and very interesting language also, I'll say. I've been seeing like, the language, I've been learning so many features of the language, like how the language is so interesting, how it is interactive. So you will not find like a language, mostly in my mind, it was like, the language is boring. When actually, before actually, knowing about the Python, I was thinking the languages are more boring languages. And I was not having much interest. Let me like my story, like, I was from the networking background and I was not having much interest in the programming. And also I was in the background of the computer architecture, those kind of book also I authored, computer architecture, networking and all. But then after learning the Python, I started getting the interest in the languages itself. So some languages create the interest, and then in that I'll tell you, this is a language that Python is creating the interest to learn, and that to all the types of user. Whoever is the user is, you tell me, like I'll tell you, like, I have been giving a training to the all the types of users. Maybe you can talk about data scientists or even the kids. I'll say the learners are, I have seen, like, all the types of learners I have seen, and all are enjoying this language. It's not the language for it's not like a tough language to learn. It's a language which is very easy for all of you to learn. I will say you do not require how too much of technical stuff to understand the Python language. You can quickly start in a one day or so. And today itself, in this 2-hour workshop, you will know the Python very well. How? Very well in the sense like you'll be able to start. Generally, what we need to learn, how to start the vehicle, right? And if you know how to start the vehicle, you can drive it. And that is what we are going to start in the today's session now. We'll start our Python vehicle very soon. So before we start the Python vehicle, understand about something about that vehicle, how this vehicle is all about, how this Python. So don't imagine this is a car, okay? But then I'm just trying to say, just imagine that this is a language which is so easy and so interactive, and you will drive like anything. So let us drive this language in a step-by-step manner. Language is this language, Python, is object-oriented scripting language. This keyword is very, very important. Now, those who are not aware about what is object or what is class, let me give the idea. Like when you talk about object, it is like what you see, like for example, like a car, you can see that, okay? But when you talk about the class, it is like a blueprint of a car. So the design part is a class now. Now in the Python, what you will see that the entire language is object oriented. It means everything in the Python, you will see they are all object. So all are object, and these are designed by certain classes. So there will be a lot of built-in classes available here now. So this, what is that built-in classes here now? Here we will see the classes which are designed for the list. Here is the classes for data structure. Here we will see the classes for the, you can say, the file handling. You will see the classes for the models. Everything is a class. So there are built-in classes available here now. Now these built-in classes you'll be using to write a program. So understand, this is a language which is very high level, and like Java you talk about. In the Java case, what happened? It's not a scripting language. It's a programming language. It's an object-oriented programming language. Whereas when you talk about the this Python or as well as the Ruby, they are scripting language. But these language are object-oriented scripting language. So understand the concept now. When you say object-oriented scripting language is much higher level than the programming language, because programming language means you are dealing with a machine directly, like C, C++, Java. When you talk about programming language, I have to understand about machine and I need to write the script according to the machine requirement. But when you talk about the scripting language, we don't think about the machine. What we think about, like, what is our expectation? What is the kind of business application you would like to develop? So the expectations are a bit different with the scripting language as compared to the programming language. Let us understand the differences and understand when to use which language. When should we go for the Python and when should we go for the programming language? Now the base for this Python language is again a C, C++ only. So let me tell you, internally this language is written using the programming language. So as I say, like, this is language created. It's not like by default, much like this is created using some other language now. So the base for this Python is a C, and C language is a major base for this language. And that's why there is a direct interfacing of C with the Python. But you will not see the C language syntax here. The syntax will be very much high level, and that syntax will be like a very easy for you to understand. It's like a natural language. So when you say high level language, it's like a natural language. Natural language means the way I'm speaking the English language. So you will just feel like I'm talking to the interpreter now. Just say print hello world, print hi, and the interpreter understand that what you're talking is all about. And the immediate response comes from the interpreter, whatever you say. So the language will echo what you are saying now. And that's a very interesting thing about the Python now. So what is the language? Like, there are some language which are a machine level language. There are some language which are we can assembly language. Nowadays, we don't talk about these languages. Previously, when we were learning the computer, we were talking about these languages like assembly language, the language which were more connected to the machine or hardware. Nowadays, we talk about business now, because the part of that machine level language is already done. A lot of work is already done using the C language, using the C++. So the base is already done now. The expectations are something more now. It is not just to create base. Now also the base creation is already going on, but then a lot of work is already done. Now the thing is, like, using that base, create another big platform. So there are a lot of platforms are created on top of the base now. So base is operating system, right? But that operating system is done using the base language like C, C++, those kind of language only. Okay, so understand that what is the base and what is the, so now I hope you understood the base language is a C, C++, and Java also in some cases, because there's a one language called Python, and that you will observe that Python is written using the Java, but it looks like a Python. There's one more language called Iron Python. That Iron Python is written using the C#. So nowadays, these languages like C, C++, Java has become the base language, and on top of that, there is a Python now. Let me do one more thing. There are so many other languages. There are many more languages which are there on top of Python also now. There's a language like PySpark that is developed using the Python itself as a base language now. So that way, you are going more high level. But what is happening when you are going to the high level now? The expectations are like you write only one line and do a lot of things. So objective of high level language is do more with a less, means write less. You just write one line and do more. So that is the objective of the high level language. Whereas in the case of low level language, you have to write more and do less. That's the difference here between the high level and the low level language. You have to write lot many lines of code just for execution of even the file handling program. So I will give the example here. Let's say you want to copy the file from source path to destination path. If you want to do using the programming language, you are going to write almost 10 lines of code, which include the file handling program, where you will take the argument from the command line, and from that argument you will say, okay, this is the argument for taking the input file, there is argument for the output file, and you are going to copy that. So there's a file handling program. Whereas in the scripting language, like let's talk about the shell scripting now. In the shell scripting, you will just say CP, source path and destination path. And what happened in that case, that CP, source path and destination path, is nothing but the scripting language, right? That's a command, and that command is performing all that task now. What is that command is doing now here? That command is just copying the file from source path to destination. Is the same thing like what the program is going to do using the C and C++. So the difference here is, let me tell you, like whatever the command you are saying right now, CP, source path and destination path in the Unix shell is a program internally. So that program is already written now. So same way for the Python. So programmings are already done now. Internally, there are a lot of program already done, and now you are using those program as a script now. I hope you understood the difference between the scripting and the programming now. Scripting means they are already a program internally. And when you talk about programming language, it is like from the scratch you're writing. You are actually talking to the machine. You're allocating the memory, deallocating the memory, and that you do manually in that case. Whereas in the case of scripting language, all things are dynamic. Your memory allocation is done dynamic. For example, in the Python, you are going to see all that memory allocation is dynamic. So you will not require to vary how much memory to allocate and how much memory to deallocate. All that will be done automatically. There will be a lot of things which will be automatic, and you will feel like it's magic. Now, what is automatic means here? Like there is a like in the case of language like C, C++, and Java, what you generally see is that you need to define the data types. But do you know in the Python what we do? We do not require to define data types. You just simply use it. So you just say that this is based on the value. Let's say when you are using the number, the interpreter will say this is the integer type. So for example, you say 55 as a value. So based on that, interpreter understand that this is an integer. Whereas when you say something like hello in a single quote, interpreter will say this is a string. So interpreter is having that understanding now. And that's not the case in the programming language. In the programming language, you have to say this is integer, this is float, this is string. You have to define it. And then the compiler understand that this is an integer means I should allocate this much of memory, these many bytes of memory. If this is a float means this many bytes of memory should be allocated. So this is the case of programming language, and in the scripting language, there is a dynamism, there is a dynamic typing, and interpreter understand it. So understand the difference between the language now. So I hope you are clear with the understanding about the Python scripting language and this programming language now. Now let us start with this language now. So how do you start this language? As I say, after this workshop or during the workshop also, if you have the laptop and you have a computer, you can jump start with this language. All of you guys can click on the link that is the python.org/downloads. Now this is one of the way to get the, I'm just showing the site here so that you can visit the site here. I'm just this is the site. Here you get the latest version of Python. So now I can see there is a download Python 3.9 version has come, and that's why I generally share the link, not exact version, because every time new version comes now. Previously, just a few days back, the download Python 3.8 was there, and now after few days, I can see the Python 3.9 has come now. So that is the way the changes are happening. So this is the base, you can say, interpreter for all other distributor also. Like you talk about Anaconda, you talk about any other thing. For all that thing, this is the base now. Whereas there are certain tools which I'll talk about now. So the downloading is easy thing here. So let me tell you something more powerful then. So this is the base now. But what about the other thing which are there, like data science, machine learning, and something else you want to do it as a career now? So if you want to become data scientist, if you want to make your career in the artificial intelligence, if you want to make a career in machine learning and web programming and many more things now, do we have something else in the Python that we are going to learn now? So one thing is, like I told you, like this is the core of Python. This is the core Python library, which you can get from the python.org site. And you can install it on whichever the operating system you would like to install now. Whether you want like to install on Windows, Linux, Unix, Mac, whichever OS it is. Whichever is the favorite OS. Because this is a language which is independent of platform. It's a platform independent language. And it will allow you to write that Python script on all the platform in the same syntax. Okay, so what is another way of installing the Python now? Now Python is also distributed along with the another distribution called Anaconda, another big snake, right? Okay, fine. So Anaconda is something another big distributor for the Python library. It's not just Python, but Python with a library. It almost include 800 plus packages, means the modules of the Python. So first thing is you'll have Python. The second thing is you will have a certain tools or modules, you can say. Those tools will help you for data science also. So in case you are interested to make your career in data science, or you want to make your career as a AI programmer, let us start with this Anaconda in that case. So in the Anaconda, what you will see is something interesting stuff I'll be sharing now. The Anaconda is one other big library. So this is a library which will allow you to do the visualization. So this is a library for data science, your data science toolkit. So Anaconda is your data science toolkit, and again it is a freely available, is open source, and you can see with there are 20 millions plus users, they are using this Anaconda tool for the data science purpose. So yes, it includes the various Conda packages, and it is another open source language, and it has a great environment for many more things. The library like NumPy, Pandas, sklearn, Matplotlib, PyTorch, Numba, Bokeh, SciPy, and many more things are available on there. So anybody would like to go for, I say, like, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, for all that thing, this is a powerful tool, that is Anaconda. So you can build the machine learning. You don't require to install this library like NumPy, Pandas in the case of Anaconda. They are already available, and that's why I say it's a powerful. You can have visualization of data. You can do the analysis, and there's a great things like the kind of user interface the Anaconda is providing. So this is a great, you can see the kind of interface you can see here. It provides you the Jupyters, it provides you the console also, it provides a spider, it provides many more GUI tools to work on it. So you have a great library, and you can install this Anaconda on your machine. And again, this Anaconda is available. Anaconda is available on all the platform. Means you can, if you have Windows, yes, option is there for Windows, it is there for Ubuntu, it is there for Mac, whichever the OS you are looking for. So where to install and how to install? So this is like when you go on a, at the end, you will see there is a option called Anaconda installer is there, and there is an option available like 64-bit graphics installer based on, again, for Windows, for the Mac, and for the Linux. I hope now you got the one more option for installing the Python. So now here you do not require to install Python separately. When you are installing the Anaconda, it also install the Python. So this is the another way to install the Python plus library, which include the 800 plus packages. Very interesting, very useful. You just need to download and install, and you can start your career in the Python that way. Now, next thing is, okay, what else we can do now? Let's say you have already installed and all these things. So obviously it takes time. Those who are not installed, for them, it is going to take time, but then yes, you can. You can also see, like, I have been taking the lots of session on the Python, data science, machine learning, AI, all these things, whatever I'm saying, you will get the free access to this all videos. My team can help you to get you the access to these videos on the Python, data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence. So I will request or recommend all of you to subscribe this channel so that you will get the notification also, and also you can share to your friends and colleagues here. So you can just visit the channel like GKTCS Innovations. There is a channel, and there you will see the Python for data science, Python for machine learning, Python for automation testing, Python for any kind of thing. So there are a lot of videos I created. Almost you can see in our channel, almost 100 plus videos are available. So anybody who would like to build a career, they can do that. Now let us start something called hands-on session now. You guys are interested on hands-on, right? So let me show you something demo now, because that is like, you can do quickly on the Python. So let me show something demo now. So this demo will be done on the Anaconda. I'll be showing this Python demo on Anaconda tools. So let me start this Anaconda thing first. Already I have a link now. So I will start the new notebook here. There I'm going to show the demo. So I have started this Anaconda, and I'm just sharing the new notebook now. Python 3. This is going to start it's a web-based interface. And in the web-based interface, you can write your Python script now. You will see like how great and easy is the Python interpreter now. So this is for Python for automation. So I'm renaming this notebook now. That is, I'm saying Python for automation. This word is having a tremendous power, Python for automation. Now, why I'm saying the word is having tremendous power, the entire industry, they're looking for automation. And this is a language will help you to do automation now. It's a great language to learn for anyone, whoever is from whatever the background you're having, whatever is your interest, whether you like to be enter into testing domain, or you like to enter into the database domain, or big data analysis, or machine learning, for AI, whichever the field you choose. For that, you have the Python option now. Now I'm going to show you like how you can start the language and with an interpreter. So welcome to Python interpreter. So this is a Python interpreter. I'm using the Jupyter notebook for that. I started and just say shift enter, and it is executed. Welcome to Python interpreter. You can talk to the interpreter now. Hello Python. I'll just say hello Python. How are you? How are you doing? And let's see how does it respond now. And let me show you like, this Python interpreter is going to respond to you. That's why I say it's like a natural language. In case you want to execute as a print statement, you just put the print, opening, closing bracket. Now you can see how easy it is to start with the Python. So learning Python is very, very easy as compared to any other language you talk about. You talk about Java, C, C++. So in that, if I had to compare with all that languages, I will say learning Python is very easy. Now here, if I want to do some fun with doing some manipulations, some arithmetic operations and all those things, I can still do it, and you can see that it is allowed. I just type certain numeric numbers and then I just do the addition. I can do the subtraction also. I can do all those multiplications. Whatever the type of operation you would like to perform, they're all quick. You do not require to invest much time for doing such kind of calculation. I know if I ask you to do some calculator program in the Python, sorry, in the C++, you will say, sir, give me some time, at least 10-15 minute times to write me a calculator program in the C++ and Java. But in the Python case, writing such program is just like within a 60 second, you'll able to do that part. That's a complete calculator like addition, multiplication, division, those kind of program generally you write it. Here, some cases even you can use a library for doing the calculations. Like you can use a library like import math, and you will able to perform the operation like sine, cosine, all those kind of operation can be performed here. Even the factorial of number is already a built-in program in this case. So you just import it and you execute the program that is like a math.factorial. And you'll able to do the factorial of program also. Right? So they're all easy things to do. Okay, I have typed it 2 times. Right? So this way, the things are very easy in the Python. Whatever you want to do it. Let's say you want to do something powerful thing. So let me show you the powerful thing now. Python integers are unbounded. Unbounded means like what is the range now? Let's see. I put 2 to the power 10,000 and I can see the response. And not only that, in case I want to go exceed this also, it is allowed. But it is all depends on machine speed and then time required for that. So yes, I can have the Python power that the integers are unbounded. I don't require define, and you can see the kind of numbers which are generated within a few seconds. So I hope like you have started understanding like how the language looks like. Language looks like very simple, like a natural language like English here. You can do like the write a function like I can say the hello function and see the response here that print. You can say hello functions, and this is done. Your hello function is ready now. So things are so simple, like writing the script is so easy in the Python. Whether you want to understand, okay, that I said like Python is object oriented. Let me show you the example now, how Python is object oriented. So let's take the variable like here, variable, or maybe you can say data. So data is having some value. If I say something like hello, so what is the data is type? As the Python interpreter, the interpreter say this is of string type. But do you know what is the string here? What is str? Let us find out. Let us take the help here by help function and find out what is str now. It's a class. So when you are saying data equal to hello, internally, you are calling the class str. And as a result, you are creating the string object now. So this string object having the several method. The methods like your upper, lower, title, find, format, and many more. What are the method you see? They are connected to string now. So this is the way the language look like internally. So that's why I say it is object-oriented scripting language. You have a built-in object, your built-in classes, plus you can create user-defined object also. So there is a way to create user-defined object. For example, I would like to create the car object. I can create a class car, and I can create my car object in a few lines of code also by using the object-oriented programming language. So I can use a feature of object-oriented programming here while writing the script itself. Although in the Python case, you will see the classes are also object. So here I say car objects, or I can say class or car design now. And I can simply write some method, like I can write a method like def info This is my user defined method with a parameter like a self, and I can say informations, car information, and this allows me to print the statement like the code has to be well indented. That's why you can see there's a space is there. It has to be written in a well indented manner. And I'm just creating the object like C1 equal to car, and your object C1 is created now. This is the way the object is created. And now you can also call your method, that is info method, using this car object, the car information. So you can see like how easy is writing the Python script now. I just wrote the one user defined object now, user defined class, that is a car, and just I can write n number of method into it. Yes, you need to have practice. This language you will not able to, you will not understand without practice. It's a practical language and you have to practice a lot. Then only you understand the data types, you understand data structure and many more. So this was just a few lines of code I have shown to you. Let me come back to the theory and give the more insight about the Python. Okay, so if you have any question, let me know. Otherwise, we are going to start one more times our session. That is like the next part of our agenda. That is to why Python is so popular. Very interesting. I told you like what Python is all about now. So what Python I say is a language which is general purpose, interpreted, interactive, high level, object oriented scripting language. So this is clear to you now. And I have shown you the features of the Python, how to install the Python. As per the agenda, I have given you the idea, okay, this is the Python. This is like, but what image you are seeing right now is a snake, right? But let me know, this is not the language. This is not a snake. How this name also Python came. So as I say, this is an entertaining language. The Python is entertaining language, and the name has come from one of the circus group, circus like Monty Python. So there was a, that time like 19, you can say 89, that time, so in USA, maybe later on also, the Monty Python was a famous circus, and the Gulo Van Rossum, he was actually looking for that name, which is entertaining name. So he just, and it was very famous circus in the USA. And from that name, from that circus entertaining group, that Python name came. It's the Monty Python, from there it came. It's not like from the snake it has come now. So I hope you understood like why the Python name also. Okay, let's go ahead and understand why Python is so popular. Why? Okay, let me give the answer now. Python is popular because of many reasons, and one of the biggest reason for all the IT industry, for all the IT companies, why they want like you guys to learn the Python, why all these companies, they're asking you to learn the Python, because this is a language itself is a very, very productive language. Now when you say productive language, what does the productive language means here? See, productive means here you can produce more in a less time. Now if the language is allowing it to develop the application quickly, if the language is asking you, okay, you can develop the application in a short duration, short while, so that's what the language means, productive means. And how it is possible? How it is possible that language can become so popular and so productive? It is all because you can write a few lines of code, and with a few lines of code you can execute many more things here. So it's a language. It has a dynamic typing. It has a dynamic typing. I told you, like, you do not require to define data types here. You just provide you just use a value, like I say hello here for data, and then the interpreter say it is a string type now. It's having the rich set of libraries, and it also has the framework also. So using this language, you will see like, there is like a web programming. Someone would like to make the career in the web programming. So Python is giving you the great library for the web application development itself. And the name of the library is like Django, Flask, or there are many languages which are for web application development, you can say. So Python and all. So that all thing you are going to, I'll give the idea about that. What are the other web frameworks are there? Now I'll be talking about your career also in a short while, like how you can make the career in the Python, and where and how you can use it to set your career now in a step-by-step manner. So let me tell you one thing, that language is so productive that there's the biggest community available in the world. You will see there's one of the biggest community is for the Python only. It's a language is very open source, so the thing is like anybody can be a contributor of this, and that's why it has the largest community. The second reason why the Python is becoming so popular is the language is very easy to learn and use. Let me tell you, like you can you can ask anyone to learn this language. So you're not required to I can say have a expertise on a computer hardware for that. For example, there's a recommendation like like you should have a C, C++, Java background in some cases. But in the language, I'll say Python case, yes, having the knowledge about C, C++, Java will help you to learn this language quickly. But even if you do not have the background, still you can start learning it, and then you can go back to the understanding the concept part. So both the way it is possible. Because for me also, when I was not clear about object programming, which was there in the Java and C++, I first understood through the concept of Python object programming, and then I understood the Java object programming and C++ object programming. So the reverse way also it is possible. So if you know the Python, then also you can learn other language easily. So that is the way it is. Now here you will see you have to write a less lines of code, and you can, with a less lines of code, you can perform many more tasks, and the codes are readable. Whenever you will write a Python code or script here, the language you will see is a well indented language. The code is readable. Anybody will able to read like let's say you wrote the code, because it is mandatory in Python to write a script with an indentation. So you learn best practices automatically. I will recommend to learn this language even to understand the best practices of languages, because Python enforces you to use the best practices of languages. So as it is enforcing you to understand best practices, so it becomes habit then. So once you set the habit of using the best practices, that will help you to write the script in other language like C, C++ and Java also with a proper indentation only. Although in the C, C++ and Java, you will see like it is not mandatory to have a indentation. But as the best practices are concerned, it is recommended that whichever the language you're using, whether it's C, C++ or Java, you should write a script with a proper indentation only. So maybe you can learn this indentation and practice using the Python, and you will once you set that habit, then it will help you to learn other language also quickly. So maybe I will say like go for this language for learning purpose, so that you will have a lot of other funds to learn. Now language is very much mature and supportive. There's a big Python community, I already told you. So supportive in terms of like is helping you to get the lots of documentation, the video tutorials, the blogs and online tutorials. So much of things are already available, and it's there from the year 1989. So 1990, you can see the first version was there already out actually. So that way the language is almost a 31-year-old language. It's not like the language which has come recently. It is there from 31 plus year, you can say. So that way the maturity is concerned, it is an experienced language now. Very important thing now to tell, I'll tell you now the important thing here, the kind of library the Python is having. It has a rich set of libraries, and it has the great frameworks already available. Now, someone would like to make the career as a data scientist. Someone would like to make the career as a business analytics or data science, or someone would like to make the career as a web scraper or web developer. You have options available. So here there is a library like Matplotlib for visualization of data. Mostly it is used by the the data scientist, or you can data analytics or business analytics. You have the library for the SciPy for engineering application development, for scientific and mathematical calculation. You have the library available for the web scraping like Beautiful Soup and BS for those kind of library for web scraping. You have the library for doing the numerical arithmetic array and the matrix calculation like NumPy. Library is also available for Django and for the web application. So that way the language is a rich of frameworks, rich of library. One more thing, as a career point of view, I always think about the career. And when I was thinking about the career, what kind of career I can set with the help of language. Now, this language gives you flexibility. Flexibility in terms of career also. Now, I'm talking about career, but then I'm talking about future also. Both the things I'm trying to say at the same time. Because Python has a flexibility of flexible features available, it also gives you the different careers now. Someone who is very much interested in a web application development can go for the Python for web application developer. And there is a framework available. I'll talk about that again, like Flask framework, Pyramid framework, Django frameworks. So those kind of frameworks are available for the web application developer. Someone who like to use a language for network automation or any kind of automation, like in the any industry you go for this automation, this is a language for automation. What are the type of automation? Mostly the network automation or test automation. This kind of automation you will see they are very easy in the Python, and there's a library available for that. Someone who is interested in the, let's say, Windows programming or GUI programming, there's a library called tkinter is available for that purpose. So you can create your Windows programming also. Let's say someone is interested in the networking domain, because I was from the networking background, so I was very much interested, like, can I use a Python for networking? So let me tell you, I've been taking the several batches for the Accenture for the Python for network automation. Almost like from past 3 years, I'm just not only Accenture, for the Cisco, for the IBM, for the Samsung, and many more companies. They're asking me, like, we would like to use all network, the whatever the routers, switches configuration is there, we would like to do using the Python, and I'm helping them to do the automation, network automation using the Python. Some of the company, they're asking me, okay, we need a test engineer, but then they should know how to write a script using the Python. So Python is having the library called unit testing library available, also having the available for the Selenium library available, and using this library you can do the web automation testing also. Also, not only web automation testing, but also you can make a career for the mobile automation testing. So you can use the language for mobile automation also. So in case you like to go for the mobile automation testing, again there's a Python is having the library which is for the mobile automation. Like, I'll give the name also, that is a APM. So there's a library called APM which is helping you for the mobile automation testing. Now someone is interested in the 3D games or game development and all, yes, this is a language for the game development also. So based on your choice, based on your thinking, based on your you can say the career choice, you have the options available. The another thing is, like I told you about, that Python is helping you for the rapid web application development. So what is this rapid web application development means? Rapid web application development means you can quickly develop the web application, like whatever the e-commerce application you see in the market. We have created, as a GKTCS has created the web application development using the Django. We have the developer teams, they are all are using the Django, and the Django is a framework written using the Python. Similarly, there is a micro framework called Flask is also available. Someone would like to go for the micro web application development, or maybe the micro applications to be done, there is a Flask, which is a very flexible web framework. You have another large framework called Pyramid is also available, which gives you more flexibility in terms of choosing the databases, in terms of choosing the your you can say the net, what are the library you want to choose. Okay, so pyramid is a library to connect to the your user interfaces, like the your template and all. You can choose the template, you can choose the databases, and you have some library to connect to the SQL Alchemy. So that is the way the pyramid is. Whereas Django will give the connectivity to the databases also, will give the connectivity to the UI interface also, and allow you to do testing also. So a lot of stuff can be done quickly with the help of Django. So I will recommend to go for Django for the web application development framework. I told you about that Python you can use for the game development. And there's a library called PySoy, which is for the 3D game, Pygame. So this kind of library you can use for the game development. Someone is interested for the big data and the machine learning. Big data analysis, we have a big library called, one of the biggest and one of the powerful library called PySpark is available. PySpark is a language also we can say, or it's one of the biggest library developed in the Python, which works on top of the Hadoop or on top of the big data, where you can write a few lines of script for doing the big data analysis. Little bit advanced level. That is the next level after knowing the Python, after knowing the big data. Then you can go for the PySpark library. That's they are using that. You can have data science also using the other machine learning also. But then that is applicable for big data machine learning now. I have given you idea like that if you all like to enter into data science part, you have the library related to NumPy, then machine learning. We have a library called scikit-learn. Then for another data science library called Pandas is there. There is a someone who is interested for the artificial intelligence and neural network programming. Libraries developed using the Python itself. That's for TensorFlow programming. Then OpenCV for the image processing. Like that, there are many more things available in the Python. So I think I have given you idea like the powerful thing or powerful features which are available. So let me know if you have any question as of now. So if you have any question, you can ask me. Otherwise, I will continue with the giving you idea like how we can use this Python for the web application development. Okay, so no question as of now. Fine, no problem. So let me then continue with the giving you a more idea about like how we can use this Python for the various other things and how you can build a career. So I told you like there's a library called tkinter, WX widget, Kiwi, and the PyQt. So this kind of library is for the GUI programming. Like Kiwi can be used for the GUI programming in the mobile. In mobile application development, mostly what you see is a Java, but then you will see there's a library called Kiwi which will help you to develop the mobile application also. For GUI programming, PyQt is another popular library. I already given you idea like Python. You have a library called Beautiful Soup for the web scraping. Scrappy is another popular library for the web scraping. LXML is another library for web scraping. Request, Selenium, and URL library. So like Selenium, I told you like it is for the web automation testing. So that is the way the language is now. Let's say someone is interested for the embedded application development. Having the there are Raspberry Pi is one of the device, very popular device which is there online also. You can look in the Amazon and see there is a Raspberry Pi. You can start writing the small script and the you can have the script written for the embedded devices also. You can also go for the image processing, like OpenCV library will go for the image processing. So now I have given you idea like what Python is, why Python is, and all those things. So let me give you some summary, like whatever I said about Python. That Python, it has a the dynamic typing, means here you do not require to define data types. Python has a built-in data structure. So the data structure, like we have a list, tuple, dictionary. So like that, there are many more built-in data structure, like string is also data structure in the Python. So there are two categories again, data structure, like we have mutable and immutable. So both the kind of data structure you will observe in the Python. Python is a very powerful, it has a powerful library for most of the things, whether it is for the networking, whether it is for the web automation, or whether you go for the GUI programming or game developments, web scraping, and data science. For many more cases, you will see the Python is having the a great library available. It has a great frameworks like Django frameworks, pyramid frameworks, Flask frameworks. So that is the way the career you can set based on if you are interested in the web programming. Community support, I told you like Python has you can say one of the largest community support, and it also helps you for the rapid application development. It's a language which is an open source language. I told you in the beginning that Python is open source and the language is very, very easy to learn. So this was about to tell you like what Python is and why Python is so popular. Now I have given you idea, okay, that the language is so popular that is easy to learn language. It has been found that one of the most useful and easy to learn language now is a Python now. And in the every year, the demand of Python is increasing. So that's why the need is there now. So why this need has increased? Because of many reasons. I told you already that the one thing is like if you really want to enter into the domain like artificial intelligence, so there's a huge library which is developed using the Python for AI only. So like tensor for programming, keras programming, your machine learning, sklearn, that's the base for the AI, or neural network programming. All that can be done using the Python. Again, I will those guys who are very much interested to know more about it. There are many more videos available on our channel. I hope you guys can access that freely. There's no, I'm like you don't require to pay for accessing these. But then with your interest, you should be learning it. So as we are going to, we are planned to educate millions of learners using our channel. And I want you guys to take the benefit of this, learn the Python, learn data science, learn machine learning and artificial intelligence. And we'll be creating many more videos on this particular domain. I have planned for the specifically for the artificial intelligence. I have planned to create almost hundreds of videos on AI only, because we are developing application using the artificial intelligence, and that's our major focus. So those guys who are interested to develop application using the AI, we are here to help you out. So there is a site also available in case you like to see, like on website gktcs.in. You will see there is a gktcs.in. You will see, I'll just show the site where you will see there are some applications already developed using the artificial intelligence applications are there. So let me share that. Here you will see we created the application which are AI based application. And what we are doing is we are focusing that we are looking for even the graduate or postgraduate who are interested to develop such kind of application. We will guide you to that, how to do this data science application, or I can say the AI based application. So we have our programs also available, like we have our programs for the internship program. You can see the video also available here on the site itself. This is like gktcs.in site, and we have created this chatbot. This is also created using this Python, as well as you can see the machine learning and AI. So one of the chatbot, which is a chatbot, is another application of AI itself. You can talk to this chatbot. You can just try this out, and you can say what is Python, what is Python, and because I'm using the Zoom link right now, so you may not get the response with audio response. But then if you try on your mobile right now, or you try on your browser, you will able to see the response coming from chatbot. If I say what is list in Python, and you can see the response is coming from the chatbot here. And this is all like application of Python. I wanted to tell you like how the applications are developed. And GKTCS recommend you to develop such kind of application. Our company want like to help you out. Okay, how you can use the language. It's not just learning the language. So how to use the language to solve the problem. Go for any industry. You go for the automobile industry. Go for a industry which is let's say related to financial industry. In every industry, you will see there is automation, and there is a solution available for us. So what are the solutions? I'll tell you, like we are actually working on the solution. Let me tell you, like in our internship program, we are working on the solution like related to recommendation system. Did you heard about the recommendation system, like somewhere in the case of Amazon or in Netflix? Did you heard about it? So there you will see that whichever the product you are buying, those products are recommended by this by a program now, not someone user now. There's no person to tell you to buy the product, but they are recommended. So this is like a kind of a development we are working on using the Python, using the artificial intelligence, using the machine learning and deep learning, and a lot of applications we are developing now. So we have the project like creating the recommendation system. We have the project where we would like to go beyond digital marketing. We don't want to just go ahead with only digital marketing. So we are working on the artificial intelligence based digital marketing. Again, you require to have a high level programming skill. You need to know the deep learning, you need to know the neural network programming, machine learning, and all these concepts will help you to create your own project on AI based digital marketing. Why AI based digital marketing? So let me do, like in future, the expectations will be like you want the system where the system is communicating and recommending about the product. System is telling you, like system is doing the sale on behalf of you. System is doing the marketing on behalf of you. System is doing everything. We will just become like the consumer for the system. And this is what happening with the Amazon. Amazon, there's no person to sell. There's no person asking you to buy, but there's a system. And here we would like to build such kind of system, and we invite all the learners to become a part of such a system development. And we provide the internship program for all the learners who are graduate in the computer science, because the basic Python skill is essential to develop such a system now. And let me live, without such a experience, there is no chances to get the job or kind of a career in any industry. Industry will definitely ask you to build such a system, and that's something which I will also recommend. Like someone will say, okay, I'm from the airline industry, I need a chatbot for that. Someone from the banking industry, they will also say we require a chatbot. Why chatbot? The reason is very clear, that we have we want to automate the stuff. We want to automate the stuff. Automation is the key for success. Automation is the key for success. Why I'm saying automation is the key for the success? Now, human work, whatever the human work or the routine work you're doing, will be automated by programming, will be automated by the skill set. Now, if you do not have that skill set, if you do not have that automation skill, I think there'll be a lot of challenge then. The career will be really challenging without automation skill. See, already a lot of work is automated. A lot of work, whether you go for the government agency, whether you go for the private agency, a lot of work is automated, but still there is a gap for automation. As I said, if you look at the businesses, how many businesses are automated, and which business are more doing the big business, like which are the big business right now? All those business you look for as a web-based business only. who are on the top, who are the if you look at the world richest people, like the Elon Musk. I think most of you know, like Elon Musk, why he has become so popular and why he could achieve the $1 trillion income. What is the reason behind it? If you ask the question to yourself, ask to the Elon Musk or someone, will say like because of the automation, because of artificial intelligence, because of machine learning, because of deep learning. All these things matters. Your car, whichever you look for right now, whatever the car you're looking for, is not automated as of now. Still, we require the driver to drive. But what you see right now, the car which is coming up, which is already come in some country, that is driverless car. And this driverless car is a great example of automation, where even you don't drive it, there is someone to drive for on behalf of you. So you do not require to have driver to drive, and you do not require to worry about the security of your own, because the driverless car will be much more secure than the with a driver, whatever the human resource driver we talk about, because a lot of security features is being implemented in the driverless car. And very soon you will see that, obviously like India, it is coming up in a slow manners, but then you will see like our infrastructure will be built for the driverless car also. In other country it is already done, and a lot of things will be done like that. Like like in the aeroplane, like autopilot feature is already available. So as a pilot, you do not require to do a lot of stuff now. Everything is autopilot. With the help of autopilot feature, you can have that international flight driving and all these things. Like the pilot is not doing much job there. So pilot job is just to monitor this, whether system is working perfectly or not. Whereas now, if you see that the pilot work is done by the system only. In the banking industry, whatever you are doing the transaction right now is all automated. There's nobody is checking like how much you're withdrawing or how much amount you're depositing. Is all done by machine. And if you ask or inquire about the machine, or if you ask anything, you get all that things from the system. So there is some system which is doing work on behalf of you, and this system is nothing but the programming. So that's why I'm recommending you to learn from this, create such a system, create a recommendation system which will help you to go ahead and do certain product recommendations of your product, whichever product you are developing, do certain innovations, and this is something expectation now. Learn from this site, gktcs.in is and gktcs.com. These are the two portals which we created using the Python, Django, and many more user interface we added. In this case, like we have a UI development using the Angular. Now we are also going for the React.js and many more languages. So full stack development is something which we are expecting any interns who are interested to be a part of our development team. You need to have the skill like Python. You should have the skill on the Django. Then you should have the skills related to even the basic knowledge about data science. Machine learning will help, because what we are looking for is an AI developer. But Python and data science and or you can say Django become the basic for them. And someone is interested in a UI UX development, that also we will welcome to them also, because we do have a requirement for a React.js developer now. So we are looking for someone who's very good in the React or Redux development. So because when you want to create a user interface, you require someone to create such a user interface. So like we have created various courses also for that, like PG level courses based on our requirement. Like we have a artificial intelligence machine learning course. So this is like created again for the industry resources who like to build the careers in the AI and machine learning. I'm already taking almost you can say every day I'm engaged with the industry for taking the session on data science, machine learning, AI, and we are going to the deep levels for using this technology. It's not just learning. I will not recommend you to just learn the language or learn the technology. I won't recommend you. I will recommend to not only learn but also use it for solving the problem, and see like how you can solve the problem, how you can apply it, where you can apply it, and how you can become an entrepreneur. It's not just become a developer. You try to become entrepreneur means create your own product. What is entrepreneurship is all about is like developing your own product, creating the the services, providing the value added services to the customer. So if we can provide the value added services to the customer, yes, there's a solution. Then it's like you make yourself so powerful, so a great learner, so you can help the either to industry or to yourself itself. So yes, we have solutions for everything, like whether it is a, we talk about the premier subscription which we have. This is the subscription where you will get the access to the you can say hundreds of courses in a step by step manner. And all these courses will be like Python, data science, machine learning, AI, and many more. And you can see here we have Python, data science, machine learning, full stack development, automation testing. So these things are already available, and we are gradually trying to add hundreds of courses on our portal. Although I've been telling to the almost 100 plus MNC on various technology, but then we want everyone to get the benefit. For that, we are keeping it on open on our platform itself. And this is like we have a free registration. We are not charging for the registration here. You can see like anyone can register here as a learner and get the access to all the services. No charges for accessing the free services which are available on our portal. Like that, you'll get the the dashboard, free access to the dashboard, where you can see the recorded session. Lots of recorded sessions are already available. You'll get the access to the some blogs, almost 100 plus blogs are available, and many more things. So let me actually tell you, there is a learning, and the learning, and when you learn more, you earn more. The simple thing is like, if you really want to build a career, start learning, then only your earning will start. Okay, so let me now come back to our presentation one more times. If any kind of a question till now, so let me know so that I can answer it. Otherwise, we are going ahead with our part to understand about Python more, some more thing here. I can help you out for any kind of questions you're having now. So one thing here that to understand that Python has a great history. And I'm not going to talk about the big history about the Python here. What I'm going to say is about the what is like how the Python has come such a popular, such a powerful language is. So what is the history behind it? So giving me idea, like they're giving you idea, like the person behind this Python is a Guido van Rossum. He started in the December 1989, and with the the company where he was working was NRI-MC. Yes, NRI-MCS, that is in the Netherlands, that is National Research Institute for Mathematics and the Computer Science. And while doing research work, he found like, okay, he wanted to have language to be written for all the developer, and the language should be easy for everyone. So with that idea in his mind, like he wanted to write his own interpreter. So the interpreter, and he was great. I'm like, he's a great in the language like a C, C++, and he's having that expertise. And with that expertise, he started writing the Python interpreter. And gradually that company also promoted him to write, and then it has become the open source language also. And then there's a big community added for developing the many more things now. So the language, as I say, the name came from the BBC TV show, that is Monty Python Flying Circles. There are various versions of Python available. Python version is like started in the, if you look at the major version, like 0.9 version came in 1991, 1.0 1994, 2.0 October 2000s, then 3.0 2008, and now also there are a lot of new versions are there now. In the 3. Also there are sub versions are available. So every version the new features are added. So it is like it started with a small feature, and gradually the so many features develop using the C, C++, mostly the C language, you can say. And that's why you are able to see the functionalities like the built-in data structure and built-in functions, and the thing to be done quickly. That's the main objective here. So the syntax were added, the different types of syntax were added. There are lots of features like list comprehension, dictionary comprehension, automatic garbage collectors, and support for Unicode, then the functional bracket optionals, and many more things like that. So this way, the lot of features is added in the language, and that's why the popularity started increasing. More the feature, more the you can say the demand, right? So the if you look at the Python is having a numerous features available now, numerous feature. It has a so many things to do now, right? So I'm like, if I will not explain you about each and every feature here, but then if I had to say there are several versions of the Python which came first before the version which you are using right now. Right now, as you saw today, that 3.9 has also come. But yes, a lot of changes, a lot of updates in terms of like whatever you saw in the past and whatever you see today. There's a lot of changes happen now, and we have to keep on updating in the IT industry. And I myself is updating on the Python version also, as well as the library. We have to keep on learning. So our career is completely depends on learning. And if you stop learning means we'll not have career at all. So let me leave. If you really want to be in IT field, keep learning, and even whether you finish your graduation or post graduation or even you get the job, you have to keep on learning, so that you understand, okay, so that you are in the industry. Otherwise there is no chances that you will be in the industry. Then your industry, uh, you are in the industry till the time you are learning, and as you stop learning, you will be out of the industry then. So this is very, very much clear message from me, that keep learning and keep innovating. That is also another thing. So even the industry, let's say the industry who is not innovating, they are not in a market now. So I have given the idea like what Python, why Python, and where we use a Python. So there are a lot of things I already said about this Python now. So let me now tell you about how I can help you out in other area. So do you have any question as of now for about the Python or for the career? I can answer for that. Let me tell you about the careers perspective now. How you can use this language Python for making your own career. What are the steps are there to build the career using the Python? I'll tell you the step-by-step process, so that you can make your own career by this step, whichever I'm saying. So this step, even I have used these steps for building my own career. So career is all based on your selection, your decision. What is important is what is your decision for making your own career? Are you committed for whatever you want to do? For example, you like to be a great designer. You are very much interested in the user interface or user experience, what you can say UI UX, or in the web application development. You have to choose the career like, okay, which is the best framework for the UI UX development, which is the best language for user interface creation. And if you choose that path, yes, there are a lot of options available in the market like UI UX developer. Someone who is interested into the domain of networking, computer network and all. So previously we were talking more about that if you want to enter into the networking domain, we talk about CCNA, CCNP, and there are many more. After networking, there's a security domain, CISSP. So those kind of things we were talking much in the, I can say 10 years back. But nowadays, let me tell you what's happening. That has become the basic now. Whatever the knowledge about networking is there, where the guys are joining the companies like Cisco and Juniper and many more other company having the networking profession. Now they are saying, okay, our company is automating everything, and we do not require to just have the networking skill, because networking skill is the basic for them now. So what is recommended is like how you can use the Python network library. I'll give the example like netmiko, paramiko, such kind of library, by which you can automate the network configuration, means router configuration, switch configuration. Previously we were writing the command for the configuration. For router configuration we're writing certain commands, and that was there the human intervention. Obviously, like you required you can say thousands of network engineer, only they were doing that job of configuration of the routers and the switches. Now that has been replaced by the programmer. So you can understand the programmer skill is more now, programmers demand is more now. Now what the how the replacement is done is like, they don't want just you to have a the knowledge about networking or just the knowledge about the router. They want beyond that, and that is that you should be able to write a Python script or some language by which you can automate that stuff now. So there's a career for the network automation in many company. I can tell you the company I told you, like the company like Cisco, IBM, whichever the big company talk about, they are doing automation using the networking. Why I'm saying that automation is so important, the reason is like whichever the domain you talk about, I can tell you like which company, because I have worked for the many company. For them I have seen like how they are using the language, what is the purpose they are using the language. So I can guide you. Okay, now I'll tell you like company like a Cider Electrical Company. Now that's a company which is into the electrical appliances and all. I thought, what will be the work of Python there in the electrical appliances? They are this is one of the world, one of the biggest company to provide the that electrical appliance. But in that area also I saw the automation. So there they were looking for mostly the Python engineer who can automate their electrical appliances softwares. So, and there are a lot of requirements they were looking for the testing also. So every device, whatever you see, they are being tested by the company several times. For testing that whatever the result or report is coming from the devices, that all require Python. And the company is looking for network automation tester. They are looking for infrastructure automation tester. They are looking for software automation testing. So software automation testing, your Selenium testing, previously it was all about manual testing, but now we talk about automation testing. We talk about web automation testing, we talk about your GUI automation testing, your mobile automation testing. So anyone, whoever is interested to enter into testing domain, my recommendation, first you learn Python as a base language, then start using the unit testing, then go for the Selenium testing, then you go for the mobile automation testing. So step by step you can build a career in the testing itself. So for testing professional, my message is start with the Python first, go for the unit testing second, third is go for the Selenium testing, fourth you go for the mobile automation testing. And if this is the way you go, then you can have the great career in the testing domain. Otherwise, if you stuck with the manual testing, I'm giving you guarantee you will not have the bright future, because manual testing will be replaced, and it is already going on. The process is still going on. So don't just stuck with the manual testing. Learn the Python as a base for the automation testing. Next thing, if you are interested in the area like data science, data science is another a great career field. This is a field where anybody can enter. Anyone. I can say why I'm saying anyone can enter, because you go for the, you can say in the data science field, I'll tell you like
Hello everyone. Actually, the Actually, Surendra's network is not working. Net is not working. So he will be right back in few minutes. So till then, I will walk through you from the internship plan. So yes, are starting the internship. We have actually started the internship program in our GKTCS innovations. So benefits about that is you are going to work on the life projects over here. Okay, so I will give you some sort of benefits and all. Okay, so could you just give me only 1 minute so I can just open the PPT and we'll continue the session. Okay, till then you can ask me any questions regarding the internship. If you have any type of doubt, you can ask me about that. I, Amit, and Sanket sir will help you. So you can ask me the questions. Okay, fine. I think so. No one have any type of question. Yeah. So, motto behind the GKTCS internship is to gain first-hand exposure of working, enhancing the skills of interns, molding interns into the correct path, giving experience about the IT corporate over here, then target-oriented strategies, working on life projects. Yes, as I have told you that you are going to work on the life projects over here. After completing your projects, means how you have performed and what even you are going to get the certificate after the internship completion of the internship. If you are continuing here for 1 month internship, you will get the certificate of 1 month internship, 6 month internship. There are multiple plans over here. You can check out the plans on our website as well. We have provided there. So it's upon you how for how much duration you want to do the internship. Okay, so you will get the opportunity to learn about more yourself, like what you are perfect in. But over the internship duration, you have to work on every task. For an example, you have to work on the back end part, front end part, testing, and all. You have to do everything. Yes, I think sir is back with us. Yeah,
I'm just connected on my mobile network right now. You can continue, Kajol. No problem.
yeah. Okay, sir. So, yes, you will get connected here and develop your professional network as well. So, I have given some motto behind our internship. So, about the flow, you will be getting from our website only. We have explained everything on blog about the internship. Like what will be the process? First, you have to go and do the registration part. Then, after the registration, you have to activate your account. After that, you have to fill your profile, then get it approved. After the approval, you have to go for the test, the internship test. after giving the test, you have to you will be allotted a project, but before that you have to purchase a plan. Means you have to subscribe for a plan actually. For a plan like 1 month of internship, 2 month of internship, sorry, 3 month of internship, or 6 month of internship, which you like. Okay, so when the project is being allotted, then you have to start working on the small part. For an example, first you have to do the analysis, and for the college purpose and all, first we will go through the steps only. First we will focus on the synopsis part. After finishing it, then we'll go for the project report, where we are going to do the analysis, then design of our project. Yes, there are multiple levels in our project. Okay, we have to complete the project journey. While completing the project journey, you will be getting multiple live sessions on your project, whichever plan you subscribe for. And with the help of trainer, you will be completing your project. There is also a mentorship for every project. After completing the project, your project will get live on our portal. So we are only working on the live projects, not repeated projects. No, we are not working on that. We are working on live projects. Yes, sir. You can continue, sir.
Okay, great. So now, I was saying, like, about the career. Yes, like, as I say, like, that is most important thing for every one of us now, that how you can build your career, where you should go for, what you should do, what you should not do. So because you joined this MCA, you are in the university, DOR Patel University, and most of you guys are very much interested, like, what is your career now? And here my session is more on the career side now. I have already given you some idea, like, about Python and all, but then understand why this language you're learning. Your main motto is to build the career. That's a, and then not, the career is nothing but like how you can use that knowledge, your education, whatever you are doing it for solving the problem. So see, the if you really want to solve the problem, what you should do is you should not only just learn it, but also apply it and start practicing it from day one. Whoever will learn and apply, whoever is going to learn and apply, can only make the career. Now, why I'm saying learn and apply is important, because let's say you learn hundreds of things. You learn 10 languages, you learn data science, you learn machine, you learn so many things. But is that learning is sellable? So if you ask the question, you'll come to know learning is not sellable. If you say to someone that I know this, I know this, I know this, see, that is nobody's interested. What is the interest of industry people is like, okay, tell me, like, if you know this, where and how you use it. What is the kind of problem you have solved as of now? How many problem you have solved? How many project done? Problem solving is nothing but the number of project you have done using the language. And that's my recommendation to all of you, to learn for earning, and to if you really want to learn for earning, means you will also require to, I just stopped the video because the network is not clear. The learning should be for solving the problem. Now, how you can solve? You have to think big now. And why I'm asking you to think, because if you want to, if you really want to be as a leader in the market, you want to be a great leader in the market, you need to solve the big problem. And to solve the big problem, you will require to think big here. And when you say think big means you have to think like, okay, what kind of big problem I can solve now? And if okay, these are the big problems available. For example, we are into the education domain, and we know like most of the IT companies, they are looking for the resources, the IT resources, and they are all looking for the resources, but then they are looking for the skilled resources. And as we have identified that company is looking for the high-end technical resources, they are not looking for low-end technical resources. High-end technical resources in the terms that who can do automation. Now this company, they are facing the challenge to get such resources. They are finding it difficult to get data scientists. They are finding it difficult to get developers in the area where they can do automation, like network automation engineer. If you just ask like how many network automation engineers are available, how many artificial using Python, automation using any language you talk about. Previously, we were talking about only Java for automation, but these days we talk about automation. Automation, I said, like nowadays most applications were developed using the Java only, major area. But now the Java was having the great library as compared to the languages. And so it was more, I'm really sorry because there's a lot of problems happening here on the network fluctuation. We can actually conclude here because already like I discussed many other things, and in case if any questions are there, I can discuss here because I already said about the career. If your question like rather than I say more about the career, I want to ask the question and then I can respond to you. If you have questions, let me know. Like to be done on your you can be Python developer, can into the junior engineers, DevOps engineers, data science, and many more area. And then salary will depends on your professionalism, the experience, the kind of you can say time how much time you invested to become based on based on also more the it's like so I'll have it for please yeah, you can write the queries in the chat box also. Me or my team will definitely answer it. We can work internship here. Interested. The site I will recommend to visit the site for the website where this program available in our company. So if you click on our services here is the internship program. The internship program, if you visit, you'll get the path also. Like you can first register as an intern, and you'll get a complete path. You know you'll get first it is to be after uh, about the internship, because as I say, like here the network issue, and I will require to conclude particular session. He is there to answer in case if I'm again like because I and here there is a lot of network. Here power itself is not there, so because of that I'm not able to continue. Yes, so Sumit, here that's what we will be sharing you about the internship program. So you don't, registration is free. There's no pay, you don't got to pay for that, right? It's just to know, like, what the internship is. You'll come to know through the website also. It's a complete pathway. It's like internship is all about project. Like you want to do project in a case of using the Python, data science, machine learning. So there's a complete guidelines given for you for the internship itself. It's all about doing the project work. Nothing much other than that in the internship program.